Ho, ho, ho! Today's Christmas spot, we'll be having a look at the Peanuts Merry Christmas Charlie Brown, or actually it's a Charlie Brown Christmas, but we'll be looking at Lucy Van Pelt with hat, winter coat, toboggan, and snow base. Yes, there is more Peanuts character reviews to come. Two staple movies, of course, for Charlie Brown. For me, has always been Halloween and the Christmas specials. So we'll be looking today at Lucy. Very nice packaging. I think I almost like this packaging a little bit more than the It's a Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown packaging, because we've got this really neat kind of old style of graphic where we've got the dotted print there, and we've got this really nice image of the trees with Lucy. Boy, she really gives Charlie Brown some real grief in this special. I also want to note as well, it looks like the paint from her hair has rubbed against the inner bubble of the card and has left this black smear. Look at that, eh? So I can already see that she's got some paint missing on the edge of her hair here. On the back of the package, the figures in this set to pick up, we've got Lucy Van Pelt, we've got Charlie Brown. Ah, poor Charlie, look at him. Ah, Chuck. We've got Linus Van Pelt, we've got Franklin, and then down below we've got Snoopy. There are also deluxe version figures as well. The only downside to the deluxe version is that they're so much larger than the regular standard figures. So you can pick them up, and it's neat to have Charlie Brown as the director and Snoopy with the piano, but they don't go, unfortunately, with these figures. At any rate, though, that's packaging on Lucy Van Pelt. What we're going to do is we're going to get this opened up, and we will have ourselves a better look at the figure. Stay tuned. And Lucy comes with a snow base, similar to the snow base that came with Snoopy, so certainly a lot smaller. Very sneaky though, because they've actually used the exact same shape as the It's a Great Pumpkin base, so that you could actually take multiple figures, combine it together, and have a giant snow field. Very clever on their end. And something really more toy companies could be making use of is the fact that you can get bases, same base, just add them together. I like that quite a bit. Lucy does also come with, oh, there she goes, she's on the floor. Let's just put her there. She comes with a toboggan. Nicely painted, really. I mean, you got like the wood grain in there going. Looks like I've got a little bit of paint just right there. I don't know if looks like the paint is on there as opposed to the paint has come off. Just a little bit of paint. But aside from that, it looks very cool. You can take Lucy and put her on the toboggan. You can have her sliding on the toboggan. And we'll just put the toboggan aside. She also does have a hat. And in Lucy fashion, if you watched my review of the It's a Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown Lucy, the one that came with the hat for the witch, it didn't stay on her head. And I gotta say, her hat on this figure doesn't stay on either. They've made no efforts to mold this or do anything to it. It is a pliable plastic, like a rubbery plastic, but they didn't make it in any way that you can have it properly sitting on her hair. Any way that you put it on, it just seems like it sits and then proceeds to fall off. If only they had used a magnet or something in her hair that you could just put the toque on. But she does have that. Alright, let's have a look at Lucy here. It looks pretty cool. For what it is, it's pretty neat. I don't like this figure, and the reason why I don't like this figure is the fact that they've deliberately given her a pose that she can't really do anything with. Aside from laying on the toboggan, she can't stand. She certainly can't stand, obviously, the way her feet are posed on the snow. It is very sneaky the way they've done this, because I don't know about you, but I don't really ever remember Snoopy or Lucy using much in the way of tobogganing. She does have a removable jacket, though. I can get the jacket off here. The reason why I point this out is if I just get this jacket off, I can tell you. There we go. One arm at a time. That's the way you got to take a jacket off. Some people do it 2 arms, but they're not. I don't think they're right. The reason why I don't like this figure is the fact that clearly, if you take the jacket off, she definitely looks like she's suitable more for the Schroeder piano than actually with the toboggan. And the downside, though, is they've deliberately made the figure that you can put her on the toboggan, but for anyone who watches the special, I mean, even the way she's posed, the look on her face, she's definitely intended to be sitting on Schroeder's piano. It's good, but if you don't have the Schroeder figure, like I don't have the Schroeder figure from this set, she just looks weird as just sitting on her toboggan, especially for how happy she looks. Definitely an upsell, because she would be a perfect display piece if you had Schroeder, you had his piano, and then you had her sitting on piano, or laying on the piano, and she could be just gaga over him and saying, you know, do you know Jingle Bells? Come on, Jingle Bells! And he, finally goes, dun, 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 dun. She says that's it. But I like the figure. I'm just disappointed in the fact that they've deliberately made it so that you can only have it really, you could have her on the sled, but with the removable jacket, she definitely is intended for Schroeder's piano, which then makes you go out and get the Schroeder piano as well. But the face is nice, the costume is alright. The way her articulation, you can move her head, which is extremely loose, I might add. Very loose. You can move her arms. You can move her shoulders, of course, as well. Doesn't look like you can do anything with her legs, her waist, anything. So it is intended for what it is right now. What she's doing right now, that's all you're going to get out of the figure. So a bit of a disappointment with Lucy. If I have the Schroeder, or maybe I get the Schroeder for, I don't know, maybe for next year, maybe I'll put the two together. But on her own, she's definitely a disappointment. Today's Christmas spot, we were having a look at Merry Christmas Charlie Brown. We were looking at Lucy Van Pelt. She's definitely not one of the better figures, and only leads me to believe that she only looks good if you have her alongside the Schroeder. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys next time.